Arc Raiders retain over 90% of its numbers 2 months after the release. What the hell? It might be the best result in history of live service games. I'm not sure. What I am sure about is that there are a few issues that, in my opinion, can harm the long-run player retention if not addressed by devs. And before I get into it, I must say that this is just my take. Shocker. And it is based mainly on solo experience, and if yours differ, I'm happy to hear about it. So starting with the biggest issue in my opinion, looting. Looting certain locations is pointless and it limits places you tend to go drastically in the long run. So hear me out. Map design is great, and regardless where you spawn, there are always a few interest points on the horizon. That's fantastic until you realize some spots are guaranteed garbage loot-wise. It's not like we need to find blueprints in some trash bin on spaceport outskirts daily run. It's good that some items are extremely rare. That's what makes it exciting, right? However, there are looting spots that you visit once and probably during a quest and never go there again. I mean, mainly field depots, supply drops, bound husks. All of these have terrible loot, like painfully bad. And people quickly learn where to go for the good stuff. And if these are bad 90% of the time, it effectively reduces the interest points on the map significantly. Why would you risk your run for some ammo and a small nade or a bunch of broken arc parts, right? I don't know how it should be done. Maybe let player choose what they want from the supply drop, or I don't know, guarantee some decent meds and shield recharges in field depots, something that actually is valuable enough to outweigh the red mark over your head while looting them. You know, at this point, players figure out paths to follow and paths to avoid, making the game stale. And I think devs should shake things up a bit. Another point I've got to make is regarding the quests. Yes, the quests. They exist. They are nothing special. Simply go bring me whatever most of the time, which is fine. Other than that, they showcase the map as well, which is fine too. Why would they make players redo all the quests after the expedition? What were they thinking? I just did the expedition, just grinded to get my stars to 5 mil, which I failed. Running naked and selling everything valuable to get it done. It was a chore. Yes, it was. Terrible design. And now I can happily do the quests again. The same quests for the same rewards. Nothing changes. What the hell? What's the point of giving me the same cosmetics I already have? Some may say the quests are just an addition to the main game, and I would agree. I think, yeah, good point, fair enough. However, if it remains like this, and you pair it with, let's be honest, pretty hollow endgame, which is based solely on hunting raiders or Arc, but how many times can you know, effectively hunt queens or matriarchs and still be interested in it? It will lead to burnout for a majority of the player base, I think. In my opinion, extraction shooter game loop needs assistance, because otherwise it feels boring and repetitive pretty quickly, even if you account for the procs chat and all the other good stuff in Arc Raiders. So bottom line, make more engaging quests and will be perfect. And the third aspect is the skill tree. At this point, everyone agrees that it should be reworked. So that firstly, it offers skills that are meaningful, and secondly, it offers options to specialize your character in impactful ways. If done right, I think it can be a great incentive to wipe and restart, allowing the game to remain fresh, essentially. But why would I want to wipe more than once if the skills, you know, the top skills, just the top skills that require 36 points are useless except for maybe 1 or 2? There's no real incentive to try to specialize, to try to, you know, create different builds, I guess. It needs a shake up. And for the last, please allow for the biggest stacks in inventory, please. There's so many items in the game that stuck up to 3. It's insane. It's just it drives me crazy, man. It drives me crazy, and why would you do that? Especially if you take into the account the mechanics for expedition and for other what do you call them, events. Like all of these, they require you to donate stuff from your inventory. But if there are, you know, items in my inventory that I don't use and I need space, obviously I will get rid of them. I will sell them, I will recycle them. And only then I will find out that, oh, well, in the next step of this expedition, you actually need this freaking item that you just sold. And I sold the item solely because my inventory wasn't big enough. I can't get bigger inventory. So please, make the stacks bigger. Thank you. And also, fix the gun balance, please. Fix the gun balance. It's all over the place. It doesn't make sense to make purple guns if you have, best in the game, guns in the gray category, which are very cheap to make, very cheap to upgrade. Just looking at patina, which is expensive to upgrade or to craft even. And it is such a disappointment. This gun is so bad, bro. Gun balance needs to... it needs a major rework. And please alter the expedition system. It's flawed. Everyone knows it's flawed. And yeah, that's it for me. Thank you. Bye.